Welcome to the heart of Sooner Nation, Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. And if you aren't familiar with the saying, Boomer Sooner, you will be soon enough. What a scene this is, a veritable cavalcade of colors, stripe after stripe that they hope leaves the visitors dizzy. As we'll see a squad from the AAC, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane, taking on a team from the SEC, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. So we'll kick off and we'll get this game started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Oklahoma's offense takes the field for the first time today. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, woo, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. Going to have to be really careful trying to cover that deal.
The Sooners want to pick up the tempo.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and attack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time and get to that first down mark. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. He's got 42 yards on the ground already. That is a way to make a statement early. They'll throw it on first down. He finds his man. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Oklahoma! They're on the board first here in the season opener.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays. He didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They looked like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. So Tulsa's offense will take the field for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys
going for a big play right off the bat. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Back to throw, it's Harbor. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
He'll do it himself. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
And the Sooners are in the hurry-up. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Sooners will punt this one away. Running it back, it's Golden. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the handoff. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. The give on the inside. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. It's a reverse. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Buys a little time. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. The Sooners with the 1st and 10.
That shows a lot of poise and a lot of experience by that guy there. Not thinking to himself, hey, on 3rd and long, I'm going to have to throw and make a really good throw here to go get this first. Hey, if it's not there, you don't got to force the issue. You're a good enough athlete to go take off and get it yourself with your legs. Beautiful job.
And the Sooners have this offense rolling.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've had a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Hype
throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown Sooners!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point makes it 14-0.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Finds the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. 2nd and short now after that completion. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30. It's 3rd and short. Looking to scramble. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush. It's just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The Sooners want to move quickly. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Got it set up on the outside. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. And this passing game has them calling Boomer and answering Sooner again.
And they're starting to get this crowd jacked up and this crowd riled up. And listen, they love their team. And, dude, think about all the success Oklahoma has had over the years. Different cast of characters. But one thing they always have, offensive success.
He'll put the tight end in motion. He'll pull it on the read. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the 1st. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. He now has 56 yards rushing already. You want to talk about establishing the running game. They're doing that in the season opener. He looks that one in nicely.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Throws to the wideout. Fires into traffic. Picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. Off the play fake on 1st down. Forced out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to throw, it's Harbor. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Gets away from 1. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up. On second down, he'll fire. It's caught. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. And you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown. DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
They move to the 16. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Reeled it in and just made the house call. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. Off play action on 1st down. It's complete to the left.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, fortunate to get it back. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He's got great speed. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Out of the gun to give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off the RPO, complete. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Open space at the 25. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners! And another passing touchdown for this Sooner quarterback. He keeps this up, and he might wind up in that 100 touchdown club with Baker Mayfield and Landry Jones.
So many good guys that have had good days, but how about this day? I mean, fitting the ball all over the yard, just padding the stats, and you start mentioning guys like Jones, and you start mentioning guys like Baker Mayfield, that's Sooner pristine legacy there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And that is how you finish with a 54-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been an abject disaster.
And I think they learned what not to do. I mean, this has been an abject disaster. They haven't done anything right. Offense, defense. Palmer, this one's ugly, and it's still early.
Yeah, I'd normally say, well, it's first quarter, just don't worry about it. There's time, but this is the worst start you possibly could have had. So they need to score a touchdown right here.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Now on first down for this offense. From the gun, running back on the move. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the gun, the running back has it. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on third down? A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And he was knocked down immediately, short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Hauls it in, looking for space. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. One final play before the end of the quarter. Got his man quickly. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. Second down coming up. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. He'll keep it himself. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Looking for room, it's Blair. He now has 61 yards on the ground, a very productive first half here in the season opener. They'll leave it with him. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. The ball is out behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Wide out in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane. What a grab and go for the score.
And this offense gets on the board, and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. He'll start the return inside his spot. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
He'll do it himself. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10.
Good enough for a first down.
The give to the tailback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Higgins. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Complete downfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on 3rd down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a 3rd down like that, that is just a gut punch.
After that huge play, right back at him on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Not much running room. He's got 1 down to the 12. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The give out of the gun. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. North Texas looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before the year is out.
From the gun, the ground game.
The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Back to pass, it's Harbor. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's there to make the stop. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. He's racked up 92 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Looking to pass on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. It's good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Fielded in the end zone, it's golden. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. The give to the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. The RPO, it's complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Harbor. Quickly complete. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. The back goes in motion. He wants to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Wide open downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking for space, it's Blair. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Nice play design on that one. Make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate play.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone, and he's done it. Touchdown, Sooner.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy pitch.
And he tacked on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. To the air, it's Harbor. Fires to the tight end. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And first down for the offense.
They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, look what I found. The offense keeps it. 3rd down for the offense after recovering their own fumble. Fires one high and deep. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
Well, that essentially ends up being a punt for the offense. 3rd down, you're taking a deep shot, and because you were able to make the tackle relatively quickly after the guy picked it off, it's essentially just flipping the field.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. Put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Mama, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. They're going to ride this running back. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Looking to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Dumps it off in the flats. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. They'll try to put it in drive this time on 2nd down from the 22. Leaves it with the running back. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Back to pass, it's Harbor. Getting some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. safe completion on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. To the air on first down. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. He's back to throw on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Looking to pick up a first down on third and short from the 43. The aerial assault continues. A little screen to the running back. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Quick completion on the out. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab down the middle. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll go to the ground. Discards a man. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Well, this is kind of weird. They're not even going to try to run a play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker, and then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
And the Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play. And that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again.
Brings up 2nd down.
He'll do it himself. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice game. Tulsa seems to have the whole playbook working. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They've been running it, but now the pass. Good timing on the quick out. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10.
Good enough for a first down.
He wants to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's McCaffrey. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
Brings up second down.
On second down, wants to throw. Gets open down the middle. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Tulsa will come to the line on 1st and goal.
First and goal.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tulsa.
Down in tight to the goal line, you saw some good movement up front by the offensive line, getting a push and giving that running back a chance.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Splits the uprights. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Wisconsin is currently trailing, but if this young star powers a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners Allen Amici and Ron Dane among the greats to play in Madison. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Memphis. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Snagged on the outside, it's Rodriguez. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10.
Second down.
On the ground, it's Blair. Nice move there. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. To the ground to try to move the chains. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback.
First down for the offense.
They'll give it to him again. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. Finds his tight end. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He leaves it with his back. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the ground with the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 6, but he gets it inside the red zone. It's down at the 15. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. Offense set on 1st down. Quarterback on the keeper. Touchdown Sooners! And the punishment has been extended.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. And he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
He'll try to tack on one more. Splits those uprights right in half. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Sooner offense returns to the field. From the gun, running back gets to give. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
Brings up 2nd down.
Leaves it with the back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. He'll throw it. Grab near the marker. It's Rodriguez. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that's a first down.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Flips it out to the back. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Now on the option. Quick toss. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there. Looking to throw for it. He's got his man.
That's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. On 2nd down, looking to throw.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Movement here from the tight end. Give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Rodriguez. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's 1st and goal at the 9. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's got it. Snowed under by the defense. They've converted 3rd downs all day long, and now a chance to get a touchdown on 3rd and goal. The option look. Now the toss. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. It's good. Easy call for the ref. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. Handoff from the gun. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Didn't get much on first down and 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd down.
He's looking to throw. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And that ball is picked off. Even with minimal gain on the return, they're working with a short field from the 36.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
First down for this offense. Give to the running back. Across the 25, he's got room. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. The Sooners have pushed it inside the 20.
First down.
Trying to find his man on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the pummeling has started. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UNLV looks like the best show on the Vegas Strip right now. What a dazzling offensive showcase. They're up by 21 over the Astronauts. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
That's a first down.
He'll come out throwing on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. 2nd interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head.
Touchdown Sooners! And the beatdown has ensued.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense, dude. If I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. Here's the handoff. Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out to the 25. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Running back searching for a hole. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. He gets a block. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. First down here for the offense. Gets it out quickly.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the Sooners will keep this drive going. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line.
First down for the offense.
On the ground with the counter. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. They move the tight end all over. They'll try the run. Tackle is made after the first down. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field.
And first down for the offense.
Quick strike complete.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO fake. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind him.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Caught close to the marker. It's Higgins. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Oh, it's a reverse. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. He'll pull it on the read. Got enough space. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the stomping has commenced.
Disappointing for the defense here because they knew they were going to see option in this game, and they practiced and repped against it so many times, but it's one thing to do it against your scout team, and it's another thing to do it in live game situations against this type of offense. They're struggling right now. That's the 2nd rushing touchdown they've allowed.
Ready to try the point after.
On for the extra point.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. He'll keep it himself. And the ball's on the ground. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? You get the big hit and force the fumble.
That is just what the doctor ordered for any offense. Get a fumble recovery and start your drive 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Touchdown Sooner! And the route is on.
And he's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. You college fantasy football players, that is what you want to see. +6, +6, +6. Let's go.
Getting set for the point after. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll return it. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. Now on the return. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They'll give it to the back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Just a short pass to the tight end. Oh, look out, there he goes! Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the punishment has been extended.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the game. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. He's going to pass. Immediately fires to the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Makes the grab over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. He'll just keep slinging it. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. This time it's complete. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. He's looking to throw it. Quickly complete.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the 1st down here. Looking to move it through the air. Going for it all. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
He caught it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
PAT unit on the field. Right down the middle. They marched 78 yards down the field, and they finished it off, needing just a few inches and going up top to get it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Yang. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Handoff from the shotgun. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. The give from the gun. Hey, what about that move to pick up a couple of extra yards? He's down at the 38. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Wrestled down at the 43 after getting 5. The Sooners have their offense in high gear.
And that's a first down.
The inside handoff. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Sixth play of the drive coming up. They'll put the tight end in motion. The give to the tailback. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. They have just bloodied their nose on this drive, all on the ground. It's 1st and 10. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Higgins. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets to first down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. The give to the left side. Baird is trying to bash it forward. He got a couple. It's down at the 11. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He makes a grab. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. From the gun. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners! And the pummeling has started. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ohio is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Keaton Stadium, but the Bobcats have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 10 over the Coyotes. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. He wants to throw. They're setting up the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. He's looking to throw. Lost one deep down the right side.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. They keep attacking through the air, looking for a big play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. On second down, he's looking downfield. Pulls it in.
Love the play by the wide receiver because he didn't get lazy. He adjusted his route accordingly, so the depth got past the first down marker. Now he's helping out his offense keep the drive going.
He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. Tulsa will come to the line on first and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown. A little window dressing here at the end of the game. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
Lining up for the PAT. Bangs it through for an extra point. So a drive there of 84 yards. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. From the gun. Give on the inside. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Not much working there. It'll be second and 9. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. The run from the shotgun. At midfield, he's got room. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they've put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. It's not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
Yeah, it's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.